We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Laiatu Latu UCLA Edge defender for the 2024 NFL Draft. He is my edge number one. He's just an absolute technician out there on the field. Really, a lot of his work is so good. He really combines his lower half with his upper half. Really loves to use that Euro chop to win. That's like his signature move. Really high effort player. Very good athlete as well. Can align in multiple different spots, be a position versatile, just super disruptive, really has a plan with his pass rush. That's a big reason I definitely hold him in high regards. Plus, I also see him as just a quality run defender that can hold his own at the point of attack, which is nice, and he can win with his hands, create, stack, shed. But his pass rush ability is what really stands out to me for Latu. Just the way he's able to combine everything together, hit that Euro chop. I really think the only person he really struggled with this year was Fuanga, the right tackle for Oregon State. But when he was against other tackles, he was absolutely feasting, having his way. He really reminds me of Jalen Phillips. He has that injury history. That's the biggest thing. If he clears your medicals, he's my edge one. I'm taking him, no questions asked. Doesn't clear your medicals, then you have your questions. But that neck surgery he had was over 3 years ago. Really reminds me of Jalen Phillips. Looks just like him. We're the same number at UCLA. Very similar movement skills. I would say Latu was more advanced coming out, but Phillips was a little more explosive, but they definitely have similar play styles. Big fans of them both, and he just does a great job setting things up. He's got good bend, good burst off the line. We'll look at this first play right here. This is his signature Euro cross chop right there. He hits that little hop with it too, gives you a nice little step. Hop over the top combined perfectly. You hit that hop cross chop. Just really violently hit that down. Boom. Now you're getting to the quarterback. You just want to beat that outside hand. You're working the outside half of this tackle here. You're trying to beat that outside hand. And he's just so precise and quick with those hands. Now he's able to, corner, get to the quarterback there. He also has good bend around the edge, fluidity, all of that when he needs it. You can see how he just looks, even in pass rush drills, he looks so smooth. It's unbelievable. And I just think, when I'm watching his film, he's definitely the best pure pass rush guy right now, definitely the best technician, and he also does a good job in the running game, and you can use him for multiple different alignments like UCLA did. And I think he'll find a lot of success at the NFL level as long as he stays healthy. The medicals are definitely the biggest question mark right now, but I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to speculate on that stuff. But yeah, just definitely watching his film, this time with the tight end to his side. So yes, slow play this, combine everything, good footwork. Hits that cross chop to the outside, then club to the back right there, and then bend, get to the quarterback. He plays with a relentless motor too, but it's just the quickness with his hands. This guy gets super wide with his hands here. Look at the right tackle's right hand. He gets super wide with it, and Latu is still able to get that right hand to the back right there of that wrist, and then chop, boom, and he just instantly wins that. It's just perfect preciseness with his hands. Pretty good overall placement, and then he's able to, once he gets there, this spot, he's able to throw his hips, throw that elbow back, get his hips towards the quarterback, and bend, and work in relentless pursuit to the QB. A lot of plays to really like. He was really getting after it on Caleb Williams, one in multiple different ways. This one is a super relentless play. Doesn't give you anything too crazy. Kind of just opens this guy up. Is able to bend, but then work through the running back too while he's still getting hit from the offensive lineman. I just like to see the toughness here, the core strength. A lot of times when you have to split people like this or get hit from multiple different sides, it shows a good job of his balance, core strength to still get after and work and get that sack on the quarterback. Those are the plays I like to see. It doesn't always have to be the super finesse pass rush move. Sometimes you just keep working, you get after the quarterback, you get the tackle to initially open up his hips, work through the running back, and it's just really good toughness out of him. Really, really enjoy watching him play. He's definitely my edge one. Here's an example of with his alignment here. He doesn't have to be the end man of the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of times where you see him line up and get one-on-one with guards. Here he's basically head up on the tackle, but gets that move versus the guard right there. And you can just see how explosive he is laterally, setting up with the footwork, really violent lower half, and then boom, hits a hard club with that right hand to work back to the inside. Just feels the space too. He's a great feel for all of this stuff. If he feels space open up a tackle, a guard, oversetting, giving you something, it could also be in the running game. He takes advantage of that all the time. Boom, hits that club, swim over the top, really good placement. With all this stuff, he gets that to the back of the elbow. Now this guy has no chance to recover, throws him off balance, and then he ends up, working to the ground, but stays up here. This guy's hooked around him, so he kind of pulls him down. He's falling off balance. It's Caleb Williams who's really good at escaping, gets out of the pocket, but he's still able to get both hands on the ground, regain his balance and still chase after the quarterback, because then if he doesn't do that, Caleb does have a one-on-one with a guy, could possibly make him miss, but with Latu there also still in pursuit because he stayed on his feet with great athleticism, that's the stuff you like to see. And Latu holding his own at the point of attack. There were certain games at UCLA where they were lining up as like a 4-eye. Basically, they would come out in like a 3-4, type of look with their front, and he would be one of the 3-4 ends instead of, your outside linebacker, and he'd play as that 4-eye. And they would ask him to basically 2-gap from time to time. And, you would think with his body type, his play style, he wouldn't be able to hold up. He actually did a pretty good job. Like, I don't think you want him playing here. That kind of, doesn't maximize his skill set, but he definitely showed that he can play with good leverage, good pad level, extend the arms, good, base right here, bending at the knees, extend those hips. Really good job, stacking this guy, squaring him up, using that long arm to create separation, keep his chest clean, and then even, good strength to push him back a little bit. And then once, he gets control of that gap, forces the running back to the inside, he's able to peel off of it and make a play in the backfield. That stuff is really, really clean from Latu. Not the type of stuff you're expecting, but he definitely can do his work on the interior. Like here, basically as a 3-tech in between the guard and the tackle, holding his own versus the guard. Feel the guy get slightly, over the top here, lunge a little bit, boom, throw him forward, shed, get over laterally, but still stay, within the run fit, and then peel off, make a play back on the opposite side of the O-line. That's just really, really impressive work. Being able to, the first play we saw him able to hold his own at the point of attack, him quickly feeling, the leverage of the O-line, throw him away quickly, also win with some nice, athleticism there to get out laterally, and then make a play. Really, really impressed with his overall work. Latu, just continuing to work. This is like the great core strength. I like this stuff where you can have him just stand up, obvious pass rush situations, have him stand up over the guard wherever you want, maybe shade to a side. Have him stand up over the guard, boom, give you a hard stab to the outside right there, work back to the inside, split the guard in the center, and when you're in this spot, you have to have really good core strength to do this stuff. Not falling off balance. A lot of time you see edges kind of fall to the ground when they get in this spots, but he holds on with that core strength. This actually just really reminds me of Jalen Phillips, and then works through it, gets, relentless, and then the ball has to come out, throwing the back shoulder. But that is impressive work from Latu to win in that way too. I just feel like he can win in so many different ways. I really enjoy watching Latu just get after the quarterback. Positional alignment, again, just they don't always have him as in the line scrimmage. Boom, pretty good handwork, gets past the guard quickly. He's able to, he always does a good job of, resetting too. He doesn't hit the perfect club there, but then he's able to reset, get his hands past what he wants, get skinny through. He does a great job of reducing his surface area, really making it hard for these O-linemen to get hands on the chest, and just, squeaking past both of them, force Caleb outside the pocket again, and, Caleb makes a good play, but he's just constantly disrupting the pocket, play after play, and doing it from multiple different alignments in multiple different ways. He's literally just a pass for starters, and he plays with such a high motor, which I love. He doesn't give up, even though, he makes that initial disruption. You want to see the other guys get to him, they don't. He always just keeps going. It's very, very impressive. Some nice speed to power here, working the outside too. You speed, get up here, work a, two-hand work, get low with your leverage. Now you're using a long arm, and then once you feel this guy kind of falling off balance, he hits him with a hump move there, which is impressive. Also look at the lower body. He's showing some nice lower body flexion, and then boom, use that torque to throw that guy off you. Another move, in the repertoire. His repertoire is absolutely ridiculous. Latu really is that guy, forcing Caleb to get rid of these throws very, very quickly. Another example where he forces Caleb off his spot almost instantly, this time versus the right tackle. Boom, get engaged, rip underneath. Kind of, similar to the last move is the initial part. So you get engaged with those two hands, and you attack slightly down the outside half. The last time, he made the guy overset a little bit, and then, hit him with the hump move to work back to the inside. This time, he gets engaged, and then boom, gets low, rips underneath, and is able to still get there. Gets even held, almost pulled to the ground, but shows great balance and body control to stick with it. Still keep his work towards, the quarterback. And just another impressive play. Here you get to see some of the bend. He's working versus, a tight end here. But just based on how, this is set up, he has to take, a super wide arc, which is really impressive. And then, dip that shoulder, hit him with, a little bit of ghost. But look at that Like this right here, this positioning, a lot of guys would fall off balance, but he doesn't slow down at all. Keeps working, gets after the quarterback, finishes for a sack. Really impressed with Latu's game. Definitely my favorite edge defender in this draft. And I feel like to me, he's a top 10 player, but he'll probably fall a little bit due to his medical. So you end up with him in that 15 to 20 range, and you feel very, very good in my opinion. Very big fan of what he does out there. I was a huge fan of Jalen Phillips. He really reminds me of Jalen Phillips. Yeah, Latu, absolute studs. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.